Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to do a full Pandora run here in Faeria. I've had a really rough streak. We got red, green, yellow for this run, and hopefully I'm going to redeem myself here. We'll just have to find out. I mean, red, green is my best combination, so let's see what happens. Okay, lots of good options here. I think that this is a really great card. This is some interesting removal sometimes, and obviously a 7/7 for 6 is nothing to sneeze at. But I'm going to grab the Queen's Guard. I do like Taunt, and the combat ability is pretty good as well. Alright, I don't think any of this stuff is all that great. We will take the Seed Sower. There seems to always be a bunch of cards that rely on lots of fancy lands. So let's grab the Seed Sower and try to make use of that. Oh, wow, this is a garbage pack, unfortunately. So I'm going to take the Living Willow. This thing is also a consideration, just to cycle and collect mana, but this thing, it's Taunt, and sometimes Taunt is all you need. Alright, I do like this one a lot. It's awful when your opponent can, like, bust you from being able to use it. But it's 3 mana, dies easily, collects mana, and gives a pretty big buff. This is good, but we're going to try this Hermit. Okay, here we've got the Healer. Problem with this Healer, honestly, is that, like, even when the healing is good, the body is just usually so bad that it's not really worth it. The Falcon Dive sometimes just absolutely wrecked me. I'm going to just take Falcon Dive. It's removal, it's not very good removal, but it is removal, and sometimes it's all you need. Alright, the Seed Sower is solid, but I'm not going to pass on a Walking Fortress. I really do enjoy that card. We've got a Battler, which is just an amazing card. So oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Battler's good, but I'm going to grab Hilltop Archer because this is just all kinds of ridiculous if you get it early on, so I'm just going to take it. I think that this is just like one of the most ridiculous cards. Alright, I'm not going to take this Grappling Hook or the Path to Paradise over a Kingsguard, number 2. I really hope I don't have to take this. Please tell me I don't need to take this thing. Well, yeah, Blazing Salamander, that was pretty good. I would actually take this Rider. A 6/3 for 5 with charge is solid, and it can really go face nicely, but we're going to grab the Salamander because that's good removal. And we'll take a buff card here. That seems reasonable. Okay, so Doomside is obviously just always a good treasure. Killing something big and getting a big thing is very nice. But I'm going to grab this Ruby. It is cheaper, it can sometimes kill things, and sometimes being able to deal 3 damage to everything is just like exactly what you need to get out of a jam. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the Brute. I'm a big fan of this guy. This Beastmaster is also okay, but I like the Brute's combat ability. Alright, we're seeing a lot of these things. I mean, I could take it, but I'm going to grab this Hermit number 2 because I think those guys are very strong. Aha, Gift of Steel, perfect. So I've been taking a fair number of combat cards, like that's a combat card, that's a combat card, that's a combat card. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. Yeah, I don't think this is actually a good card. I don't think that's a good card either. So this is just bad. Now I could splash 2 deserts and essentially get an Innervate. But the problem with this is that you do have to attack a god to get it. I mean, it's good though. If you attack a god, you get 2 mana and a free card. Honestly, everything else here is so crappy, I think I'll just take it, although I'm not that happy about it. Alright, here's some more Innervate-y type of stuff. Feels crappy to splash deserts just for mana cards. I'll take another Embrace. I mean, it's a good card. Okay. This is all kind of lame. I guess we'll take a Skyguard. So I'm splashing significantly into yellow here. This is bad. This is bad. That's not good. Man, these are just weak-ass cards here. Crud. I guess we'll take a Campfire, but I'm really not excited about it. Alright, we're taking another Falcon Dive. These are some pretty lame-ass cards here. Oak Daddy I'm not a big fan of. I will take another one of these Brutes, though. The Horsemaster is sometimes an MVP, but the Brute's just always solid, I think. Okay, we'll take an Ogre just to have a big fatty. And we got treasure number 2. So this thing, it's bad. This thing is bad. I'm sorry, I tried them. They were bad. We're going to take this Wheel of Chaos. Destroying a creature for 2 mana is pretty darn good. This is interesting. That can be a really good trick, although it's obviously only a trick the first time that it is used. Alright, we'll try it. I guess I'm going pretty heavy in yellow here. It's just what I'm seeing. Oh god, how bad are these cards? They're really bad. What is going on here? Guess I'll take a Freedom Fighter for some burn. Alright, we'll make a Mountain instead of the Queen, I think. Okay, Ogre number 2. Ogre number 3. Ogre number 3. These are just not that great. Alright, mountains and forests. So it's a 5/5 for 4. This is a interesting card. So I can take this to just have an early creature to drop with a trick. This thing is a neat trick sometimes, but let's grab this. Let's get some early plays. Do I take a third one of these? This is actually kind of interesting, because if I do combo it with Gift of Steel, it can be really, really good. Super cheap, and then it's a 5/6 that gains 2 mana every time it attacks. Yeah, let's try that out. This is a very cheap ranged creature. 1 damage is really not that good, but then again, neither are there any of these cards. I'm playing 3 colors, so I don't want to do the Golem. This thing is interesting because it's a permanent effect, and my opponent did use it to decent effect last time. And this thing does hit harder every time you play an event. Alright, let's go ahead and try it out. If I buff it with all these buffs, that can be good. Okay. I think I like this guy. Actually, I've not seen this before. Oh no, it's the stupid Skyyak Brigade. Okay, yeah, we'll take this. It's a taunt, it deals damage, it works well with Gift of Steel, it's just all good. Ah, okay. So we got the Crackthorn Beast. I really don't like this. I know it wrecked me that one game, but I still don't like it. Hellfire, I don't like the randomness of it. This thing is great though. I mean, a 4/7 with taunt is pretty solid, and it flies and it's mobile. Let's go ahead and just grab that. Alrighty. Well, this is interesting. So this thing is very expensive, and it's good if your opponent has like a single big thing. Otherwise, it's too expensive to really help you come back. This thing is extremely proactive, and it is free, but obviously the randomness can be a problem. And this thing is sort of like a middle ground, because you can like play this thing next, as long as you have any lands next to your opponent's face, you can play this for half your mana, ping a damage, and then get a random treasure. Let's go ahead and try this. I haven't played with that before. And it is very proactive, like if, you know, Pandora opens and that's the first treasure you get, which will happen a third of the time, and hopefully at least I will at least see each treasure 1 time. Hopefully I won't suck so badly that I'll just like get blown out and never see one of my treasures. You know, you can just like, if that's your treasure, then boom, you just play it. And then hopefully you get some good stuff later on. I think it's a decent one to take. The other options aren't that inspiring, and in that case, while I do like the Rose a lot, I found that if things are too far swung in one direction, you just can't really get up to that 9 mana that you need. Well, we'll see. I mean, if I end up regretting it, that I don't have it, then that'll be a lesson that the Rose is actually really good. But I found that I would usually just rather have a Doom Scythe, because it's 4 less mana. It kills something, which is the important part, and you get a 6/1, which probably isn't as good as the thing that you killed, but it's the mana makes it worth it. This is a decent opening hand. I'm just going to keep it. So my thinking here is that I got this Falcon Dive in case my opponent plays something really cheap. It's also a good counter to, like, if he plays a Queen or just beats me with 1 health left over. Being second is super nice here. I can explore. And this thing actually holds up remarkably well versus that 2/2. So yeah, let's go for it. Let's do this. Play a mountain. And make another mountain. So my thinking here is that next turn, I can move up, make a mountain, and then put this Brigand down. Now the problem with that is, I'm making 3 mountains. I don't think I even need 3 mountains. So what I probably should have done... No. I had to make a mountain to summon this thing, and this thing made a mountain. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Let's get mana. Let's make a mountain here. Drop this down and, you know, say what's up to my opponent. My opponent needs an answer to not get wrecked here. If he does kill this with some sort of a trick, I got a 5/2 coming in for backup, and this will trade with a lot of, you know, more expensive cards. Alright, this is actually a pretty good play for him. God, that's actually really annoying. So this taunt screws me up pretty bad because I have to attack it. And this thing, I can't really kill it at the moment. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a... Oh, not a mountain, sorry. I'm going to make a forest. Move in with my guy and trade. That gets rid of the taunt. Then I'm going to move in here, and I'm going to attack his structure. That gives me mana to make this brute. And I could just drop both Falcon Dives on this and kill it. It stops him from getting mana, keeps my creature alive. It helps me get more mana later. I think this is actually worth it. It's a bit weird, but this pays off mana-wise a lot because it lowers his mana by 1 and it increases my mana by 2. Unless, of course, he plays another taunt, which is maybe what he's about to do here. No, it's a combat, not a taunt. This is actually really, really good because I can move up, get an extra mana, and also kill his structure, getting more mana. So it's just amazing how much mana this guy has given me. I'm gonna go ahead and place a forest down. The question is where. If I put it here, I can get up in his face and like trade this thing off and get the benefit of it. If I put it over here, I can start harvesting mana with it. I'm already at a mana advantage though. Ooh, this thing is actually pretty nice. I'm gonna just get, yeah, this seems like a good thing to do. Let's put it here. He can run away from it if he wants to. Try to go harvest mana over here, but I've got 2 mana versus his 1 eventually in that case. And on top of that, I got an aggressive land placed. So this is actually really solid. Maybe the forest isn't the best aggressive land because, obviously, like, I don't have as many green creatures as I do red creatures, but I feel like this is still a pretty good situation. Alright, so that could be interesting later on. I should start getting my deserts down, I suppose. So if by attacking in, I give him a bunch of mana and I take a bunch of damage, but I think it's worth it to get a 5/10 and just, like, move up and kill his shit. He does have 6, maybe 7 mana, but he's also sort of low on cards. And this thing's not going to activate anymore, because this only triggers when he kills a creature in combat. So he's, I mean, that's possible, but I don't think he's going to be able to kill my 5/10 in combat. Alright. So, this is kind of a problem. He's getting a lot of chip damage in, unfortunately. I'm going to be at 8. Don't really have any healing, because I didn't take that 2/6 that heals me. It's amazing how much chip damage he got with those guys. Jesus. Alright, so this is a little bit unfortunate because I really want to make this ogre close to my opponent, but I gotta get another desert down to be able to use this at some point. Alright, I'm gonna put this thing down. It's a bit far off from my opponent, but it starts collecting mana, and I think I'm gonna need the defense, because there's one thing I've learned, it's I seem to be a little bit too aggressive, and then my opponent just puts stuff down, and because I put all my creatures really forward, I can't kill him. When you're at 8 health, you gotta start playing defensively. My opponent seems to be mono red. He's played 5 mountains. Oh my god, he is just going broke for the face. And that thing's gonna hit me for another 2 damage. So this is weird. He has never actually attacked my face with a creature. This has been all chip damage from these stupid brutes. Well, that's what it's gonna be. So I can't really do this to good effect at the moment, but we'll try. So let's do that. And let's do that. And I'm just gonna summon this thing here. This is a pretty decent spot. It's like kind of defensive and kind of aggressive. Let's go ahead and put that thing down. I can move back and defend with it, or I can move forward and attack. I would like to get 1 attack in on his face, so I can do this, because it's 2 mana on a card for free. Seems pretty good. I have all the lands I need pretty much at this point. Alright, he takes a bunch of damage to get some mana reduction, which I'm pretty happy with. Oh my god, it's gonna be that thing, huh? Okay, so it's tough, but I have a clear line of attack here. That's what I have to do. I'd like to kill this thing. Unfortunately, I'm just a little bit off. I'm gonna grab another card, see if I can get an answer for this. I can! Oh my god, that's so good. Alright, so I'm gonna add a campfire, buff this thing up, so I can kill his structure. This is important because I don't want him dealing more damage to my face. Now I can kill that, chip him, kill that. I want to move, actually, I want to move this, I want to keep this flyer back in case he gets aggressive. But on the other hand, I do want to be able to attack him next turn. And if he puts the creature down here, then my little guy is not going to be able to attack his face. So it's a little bit of a risk doing this, but I'm kind of dominating. He's got no cards, no mana generation. He's in top deck mode. He's drawing a card for his turn. He has no lands near me, so his creatures are going to be far away. He's basically hoping to get a hammer and finish me off. Or kill me with chip damage. Now, for the record, I've dealt a lot of damage to him as well. Um, I've chipped him down a ton. I've never hit his face either. What was that card? Oh, it's punishment. Okay, good. I'm glad it wasn't the red one that deals 2 damage to the face. This could be good. Definitely. Well, let's keep it real simple. So we're going to hit him in the face, and then I can play the prayer. All right. Let's make a mountain here. One thing to consider would have been drawing a card, because if I had drawn a card, I might have... If this thing deals 3 damage, I might have actually been able to kill him had I drawn something that dealt like a single damage. I guess I'm gonna keep this thing... I'm gonna just put this thing down here just to be defensive, for no other reason than just to be defensive. And then this guy I'm gonna put here. It wastes the forest, but I don't really care about the forest too much. I just want this thing to be here so my hermit can move out and come in and attack. And it's actually kind of difficult for him to block this, because if he puts a creature here, I can just suicide the hermit into it. He needs like a taunt right here. Okay, that is a waste. It doesn't do anything. Okay, so that was a desperado plan. That's such a bad treasure. Oh god, that treasure's so bad. So did he find an answer? He basically kept his mana and cycled it for 2 cards. There is a treasure that just gives you 2 mana and draws you 2 cards. So that thing is just so much worse. Anyway, I'm pretty optimistic here. He's looking for a hammer to kill me. That's the main thing I was concerned about. He doesn't have it. I can't think of that much in mono red that you could do to deal 5 damage to the face. I mean, there are those 3 mana cards that deal 3 damage. I guess if he has 2 of those, he does win, but it seems unlikely. And I'm threatening lethal with this creature and also with the Seed Sower. You know what? These 2 deserts, activating a prayer, weren't bad. I was really happy with that. Getting the free mana and a free card was really, really good. Oh my god, does he have it? Oh my god, I thought he had it, but no, he only had 1 of them. So yeah, he needed 2 more damage. In fact, if that punishment had been the red card that deals 2 damage to a creature and also 2 damage to the creature's controller if it kills it, I would have lost that game. I survived with just 2 health. So yeah, that's why I like those brutes, by the way, if you were wondering. The ones that are like, there's like a few varieties of them. There's like one that's got taunt. There's one that's like a bit more expensive and has more stats. But basically those brutes that deal 2 damage in combat, it's just that chip damage really adds up. I mean, in this game, when you only start with 20 health, it's really little, it feels like. I feel like this game would have been different. Not necessarily better, but definitely different if it had been 30, like in Hearthstone. It really would have empowered, sort of controlling, use your life as a resource type of strategies. But in this game, I don't think that you can really all that safely use your life as a resource. And those bits of chip damage make the difference quite a lot of the time. That's also why I like Gift of Steel. I mean, technically it's just like worse than the Embrace for the same mana, because the Embrace is 2/4 unconditionally, whereas this Gift of Steel is only +3 and conditionally plus another 3. But it's a buff in red, and you want to play those combat creatures, and then specifically targeting them is just so good. Okay, so this, and this needs to be mulligan because it would take way too long. The Gift of Steel I'm going to keep. I do have a decent number of combat creatures. If I don't get any, I don't get any, but I gotta, go for it. Okay, this is nice. I did get a combat creature, and I can play this on turn 2. In this case, actually being second is not really that advantageous because this thing costs 6. I can't play it anyway. But since my opponent did what I think is a bad opening, he told me where he's going, I think I will go ahead and do this, and then that. And then on turn 2, we're going to go ahead and make, let's say, a forest, just for some variety. Put the Queen's Guard to start gathering mana, and then I'm going to move it towards him and put Gift of Steel in it. I think I am going to put Gift of Steel in it preemptively. There are risks. There's that one creature that restores a creature to its original life and health. But if he's going to be green, I don't think he's going to have that many ways of just outright killing something with 9 health anytime soon. And I just want to get this on before he kills this some other way. Like, if I move this towards this 3/4, it's not that crazy that he gets 3 points of buffage and just kills it. But 6 points of buffing is a lot more to ask for. He does have a mana advantage over me, by the way. That needs to be noted. Because he collected mana on turn 2, whereas I did not collect mana on my second turn, due to the fact that this thing cost 6. If I had one of the ones that cost 5, it would have been nicer, because I could have gotten mana on my second turn. So he's got a bit of an edge mana-wise. Also, he just summoned a cheaper creature than I did. Interesting. Okay, that's kind of cool. I think I'm going to keep going with my strategy here. I'm going to collect mana, put a mountain here, move up, and put Gift of Steel on it, and, you know, threaten his warrior. Interesting. All right, so I don't want to do that yet because I do want to play Gift of Steel this turn. That is the strategy upon which I have decided. But this might be a good reason to make a desert so that I can put this thing down. Like, if I could have played it this turn, that would have been so amazing. You know, if this had been a desert instead of a forest, I could have made another desert, put this thing down, given this thing charge 3. Oh, no, I couldn't have. Well, no, I could have. Yeah, because it was standing right there. I could have killed it right this turn. Oh, man, that would have been really good. Uh-oh. If he's moving forward, it means he's got some kind of an answer. Otherwise, this doesn't actually make any sense to move into a taunt that just wrecks it. So, that is unfortunate. I wonder what he's got cooking in his kitchen here. Oh, so he's gonna... Each of his creatures that dies double buffs a creature in his hand. Interesting. Alright, well, let's stick to the plan. Let's go ahead and do that. Put down this Hilltop Archer. Now, the question is where, actually, because I could put it here. It's obviously not as good of a spot, but it does... I mean, it doesn't do anything here, but it does collect mana. No, I'm going to put it in front of my face. He is playing a really, really long game. So... I am just going to try to apply some pressure. Now, one of his creatures in his hand... Well, actually, it could be two different ones, but he's got +2/+2 worth of buffs in his hand. I assume he's going to summon a creature here, or this move makes no sense, because it lets me kill off one of his valuable creatures. What I'd like at this point is to see one of my green buffing cards, the one that gives a creature +2/+4, because that makes this not only more survivable, but it dramatically accelerates how much chip damage I'm getting in. It's got a taunt. Alright. This could have been worse. It could have been worse. I am going to kill this and live. Oh my god, I am not. Alright, so now I'm not going to kill that and live. He just buffed like crazy there. Shoot, this is awkward. I don't have anything good to do now. Because the 7/10 even kills my ogre. Alright, so let's do that first. And then I have to really think. This thing doesn't really do much because my Queensguard has taunt. So it's not like I can stop him from attacking it. I could draw a card and hope to get some kind of an answer. I do have some answers in my deck, so I'm going to draw a card. It's a risky move because I don't have the ability to get mana at that point. Yeah, this unfortunately does not help me. So because of that, I didn't play a desert, so I can't play that. I didn't play a forest, so I can't play that. And I didn't get a mana, so I can't do that. Yep, that sucks. I guess what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just trade off like that. And much as it pains me, I'm going to put an ogre here with the mana that I got. So now he can just trade, and then 2 more of his creatures get buffed. Man, that is a really interesting strategy, the buffing from Spirit of Rebirth strategy. He got so many buffs on this stupid Wood Elemental that even a 6/9 couldn't stand up to it. So now the unfortunate thing is that he can just trade. He can even put a land down, get a mana, then trade. And I'm chipping him for 2 damage a turn, but it's not really enough. Crap. I'm in a lot of trouble. Alright. Farm Boy. Is he going to put a land here and put the Farm Boy in front? This stupid thing that I never like is now a 2-mana 4/6. So that's awesome. Alright, I'm going to put this thing down next to this 4/6, I think. It's pretty decent. It taunts both of these creatures and could be really annoying for him to deal with. So I have to make another forest this turn to do that. Ooh. Well, I can't play both of them. Can I get away with it? No, because it's going to be at 6 health. God darn it. This is so frustrating. I really wish I could Elder's Embrace this thing, but I just can't. So I have to put that down. And I guess ping his face. So he's going to kill this creature. He's got the mana advantage, card advantage, board advantage. He's going to kill my creature, and then I don't really have anything to show for it. And he can still do 8 mana's worth of initiative this turn. Man, he kind of like ran out his hand, but it was good enough. It was good enough to deal with my 6/9, and once that cracked, I just didn't have anything good. Also, my splashing here is just not very effective. This is totally wasted, and then... Although, had I played a desert here instead of a forest, if I'd put a desert here instead of a forest, I could have charged up, killed this thing, and then had a 6/6. It would have been a really different game if that had happened. Ooh, that was his last card? Okay. Well, I think this might be over. He's got really gigantic creatures. I only have 3 mana per turn. We're not at Pandora yet, so he is continually getting this mana advantage. I just don't see how I get out of this. Maybe if I go back-to-back shards? Nope. And of course I get this right after I can no longer use it. Alright, so we'll do that. Kill that thing, I guess. And I can't stop this thing from coming in and killing my archer. I'm actually just tired of this game. I'm going to concede. There's just no point in playing this. Let's keep the video a little bit shorter and get maybe an extra game in. So a little bit of a rough start. Obviously 1-1 is not how you ever want to start a run. That poops out at 3 wins. But in that game, I mean, other than that one mistake of making a forest instead of a desert, it went fine. My opponent just had some ridiculous synergies. Yeah, I do have more stuff that uses deserts than forests. Also, this card, and to a lesser degree this one, like, it's really important to be able to play it when you draw them. Whereas these guys, I mean, actually that's not true. This thing is actually kind of also important to play the turn you draw it because it's a combat trick. So maybe it wasn't even a mistake to play the forest. It just sucked that I didn't get this card, and instead I got this one. Had I gotten this thing, it would have been amazing. I could, like, because I got these, like, after, actually, did I get these after my creature died? Did I just go brain dead and have this in hand and not use it on my 6/9? It would have been an 8-13 versus a 7-10, but at least I would have, like, traded with it instead of dying outright to it. Ah, that was frustrating. Well, anyway, we're on to the next game, so let's put the previous game behind us and see who's up again. Who we're up against. So we're up against Zerno. Okay. For some reason, it's just taking a long time to load. Okay. Yep. It's definitely loading. Does it normally take this long to load and I just never notice because I talk so much? Alright, anyway, we're here. So then, that went about as awfully as possible. Let's take a look at what we got here. Alright, I'm going to maintain my strategy. I'm going to keep this because I have a lot of combat creatures and it's really good with them. And we got a nice start here. Oh, yes, I'm second. We got the goods. We've got the goods. In fact, my God, this is pretty solid. I'm going to just do this right now. Drop the archer. Put a mountain down. And the nice thing about this is that next turn I can summon this ranger and buff this thing and actually hit him for 3. Okay, so my opponent's gonna go crazy. The problem with this, you have to remember when you do this sort of a strategy, is that if you, like, don't get the payoff, then you're probably gonna be really far behind. So here, I think what I'm gonna do is put a hermit down right in front of my guy and say, what's up? So I'm not getting any mana. My opponent's also not getting any mana. My opponent has more mana because he hasn't spent any yet. But I am going to be able to chip at him for 2 damage. And if I can maintain the situation, then I am going to I'll be able to just get mana and win. What is this thing? You can summon creatures adjacent to this structure. Oh my God, are you serious? Well, it doesn't really do that much because he made a land already, so he can't make any more lands. Unless he has flying creatures, he can't actually summon them here. Granted, yellow does have a fair number of flying creatures. So, this could be a problem. I guess if he, like, puts a flying creature here, I would have to just, like, not attack. I'd have to move this thing. I'd have to make a land here, move it, move my guy and suicide it. And I can't shoot because my guy is ranged. All right, interesting. So my opponent chose to do nothing. Alright, let's think about the best way to do this. I think I'm going to play this safe. I'm going to go here and attack. I am going to make a desert here. So now I have one of each land, so I can be flexible. Put that guy down there, get ready to start harvesting mana, and I'm going to use my campfire on my thing to shoot down his wind gate. That way, if my opponent was planning on putting creatures here, he can't. And if he puts a creature here, I can suicide. By putting a land here, I stop him from putting a prairie there. Alright, he's going to summon a creature there in the desert. Oh, interesting! Alright, that was a pretty good use of it. So he does collect mana with it, and then he goes kills my ranged guy. And now I guess he's also going to kill my 3/2. Interesting. This is really bizarre, unless he's got a Falcon Dive to kill this, because now as long as I can play any creature at all, I can just suicide that for free. Yeah, a bit of a bizarre choice there. Unfortunately, joke's on me because I can't summon a creature. If I get mana, I can't play this Grim Guard because I don't have 2 mountains. And if I play a mountain, I can't play the Grim Guard because I don't have the mana. This is so ridiculous. I cannot believe this happened. This guy's going to get wasted unless I can draw into a 3-mana creature. Oh, that's so frustrating. Wow, that was a really ballsy play, but it paid off because I just can't summon anything. Mother of God, that's ridiculous. Alright, I'm going to draw a card. That didn't help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to at least move this thing away. That way he has to move this thing away from the mana well to go waste the buff. God, that's so stupid. I cannot believe how stupid that was, that he just had those like dumb haste guys and then actually went for it and, you know, tried to waste my buff. Alright, what is this? 3/6 versus a 3/5. That's actually pretty decent. I might just play that. This thing lets him kill off my guy, but then he's going to take 4 damage because I'm going to be in 2 combats. Alright, well, I definitely have to play a mountain. There's no question about that. So let's get a mountain down. Alrighty. Now, I don't think that's quite good enough here. I would play it if I could put a Gift of Steel on it. Tragically, I don't have enough mana for that. So we're going to do that. Oh, this thing doesn't actually have taunt. It's just a combat. This is the guy that has taunt, but I didn't want to play that because it died to this demon. That's a bit of a problem. Well, he is getting a bunch of chip damage on, which is good. If he doesn't trade voluntarily, I am going to put a Gift of Steel on it, which will also be good. Or the Embrace, depending on the circumstances. He's going mono yellow. Oh my God, are you freaking kidding me? I just cannot believe what is happening here. So this thing will die eventually, but my opponent might just burn me out here. Because I'm still not gathering any mana, and he is gathering mana with these stupid little junkers that he has. Alright, so collecting mana doesn't do anything because I will be 2 mana short of being able to play this and the Gift of Steel. So I'm going to play that. It sucks. I'm just going to collect mana. Because I can play a forest or a desert if I need to. My hope is that he decides to be aggressive with this 5/3 and go hit me down to 10. Then I can put a Gift of Steel on this and come in and kill his demon. And that's exactly what he did. Alright. So I'm still in trouble, don't get me wrong. Are you friggin' kidding me? Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous. Oh my God, I am losing to a pile of festering garbage. He just played a bunch of garbage and made some like little creatures and then is now going to kill me because he's got 10 damage threatened. Can I get deal 3 damage to everything? That would have been amazing. If I got deal 3 damage to everything, it would have just killed off all this stuff, gotten me back my creature, gotten me back that creature. It would have been incredible. But unfortunately, I did not get that treasure, so I'm not going to punish my opponent for playing stupid crap. The only thing I can do here is draw a card and hope I get another treasure, and I don't. Alright, so can I survive? That's question number 2. Well, yes, technically. I can do that to taunt some of his damage away. He's still gonna take me down to 5 and will finish me off with a hammer, but I mean, since I'm technically not dead, I have to go for it. Oh, of course he has the hammer. So of course he drew the 1 treasure that let him win the game, and I did not draw the 1 treasure that would have let me win the game, and his deck was absolute garbage, and I actually lost to it. I am super pissed. Oh, God, that game. I mean, maybe that's good. Maybe that guy is going to have a 9-win frickin' Pandora run, and if so, then I will eat my hat. But that deck just was filled with crappy creatures. He had the perfect draw where he was able to put creatures down, deal with my stuff. I had a bad draw and I couldn't play a creature during a critical moment where had I played literally any creature in my deck, I could have suicided the Hermit here and buffed that creature, and it would have destroyed his life. But I didn't have a playable creature, and he actually drew 2 of his stupid swallow a creature towers, and I just lost. So yeah, that was maddening. But now we're at 1 and 2, so that's the good news, and the pain will soon be over, I guess. So yeah, I can't really complain too much about the state of things. God. Alright, so I lost once, that was legit. I misplayed, and maybe had I played, well, I guess it wasn't necessarily a misplay, but had I played a desert instead of a forest, things might have gone differently. And again, that was another frustrating game, though. That was frustrating, because my opponent basically completely ran out of cards, but had just enough of the stupid buffing synergy to deal with my creature. Yeah, a lot of these games come down to like a critical moment with like a break point, and you know, if you just are on the wrong end of it, you get screwed. I'll keep this, because that can be really significant sometimes. I'm also going to keep that because I can potentially buff it, and it's good with the chip damage. I'm going to take it slow, since I can't play this thing anyway because it requires 2 mountains. I'm just going to play 1 mountain now and see where he goes before deciding where to go with my own Explore. This thing could also be really handy, so I'm going to prioritize deserts above forests here. For sure. Alright, so he's going this way. Okay, I will go that way as well. I can actually play an ogre, which is an interesting idea. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So let's explore here. Make a mountain there. Just play a turn 2 ogre. So I'm starting to collect mana next turn. He will get to collect mana a turn before me, but if he does, he either has to die to the ogre or he has to put it in a worse position. Okay, what I'm going to do here is play a bit of a slow game. We're going to make a desert and move my ogre here. So now the idea is that I can actually just like collect 2 mana per turn just from this ogre. And then I'm going to play this guard. Now the reason I'm going to play this guard is that I don't want to make any more mountains to summon the guard on. So I'm going to put this guard here, and then I'm going to make deserts and forests out this way to move this guard towards the well. Since I didn't get any buffs, I don't really want this guy in the thick of things. Alright, so he's going to buff this or else this makes no sense. Alright. It's getting buffed by that. Oh god, is this really happening again? Is this freaking happening again? So now he's an 8-12. Ugh. Alright, well, I really have only one choice here. We're going to have to make a forest here. Put this hermit down in front of his 8-12. Then I'm going to move my ogre back off so that unless he has a way of killing this, he can't get at my 7-7 with his 8-12. And then this guy, I think we'll just stay where he is, and we're going to pass the turn. So we're each collecting 1 mana. My opponent did manage to outvalue me here with this buffing stuff. This thing, of course, is annoying because each time it attacks, and it is potentially, I'm assuming, going to attack my 1-1, a creature of his gets a +3 combat boost, so I want to kill this as soon as possible. And if this guy gets buffed, that's really annoying, actually. I'm hoping this thing gets buffed, because then I'll be able to kill this thing off with a Falcon Dive, but if the buff goes on my guard, then I'm in a lot of trouble. Alright, I got lucky. The buff went on this. Oh, wait, it's not enough to kill it with a Falcon Dive. I'm still a damage short. Oh, god, terrible. Alright, I need to get a buff. It's gotta happen. Oh, are you serious? Okay, well, I can Falcon Dive that off. This Blazing Salamander's pretty solid, but unfortunately I can't actually do anything with it. So what I'm gonna do here is just keep it a little simple. We're gonna go ahead, put a desert out, move my Salamander, move my ogre away, and then I can, I don't know, I can Falcon Dive this and Blazing Salamander it for 2 damage. No, I can Falcon Dive it, attack it, and then put a Blazing Salamander in the same space and then kill it. So he's going to have to move in to get the mana, but I assume he will. So yeah, this thing will die attacking this Warlord, and then I can Salamander to finish it off. So I'm still behind, but it could be worse. This thing, unfortunately, at the moment is not super helpful. I mean, I could charge the Grimguard in. No, I can't because I'll have to move it first. Yeah, this thing doesn't really work. I don't really even want to attack this thing with the Grimguard because it gives an extra buff. Okay, he's got a taunt there, which is okay. That doesn't stop my plans. Alright, this is what's happening. So, we go there. We go there. Hopefully it buffs itself. Nope. It buffed this thing, which is a 1/7 taunt, is now a 5/8 taunt. Great. And then we do that. That was really the worst thing that could have possibly happened, because now this thing can kill off my 2/5. I will make a forest here so I can collect mana. Do I do this? I'm going to should do this. It stops the potentially inevitable, but, you know, maybe that'll give me an extra mana, because if he can't deal with this 1/7, then this thing doesn't kill my 2/5. So by moving in here, he got a mana, and he also would have reduced my mana. But because this thing is here, he gets 1 mana less, and I get 1 mana more, and that could be significant later on. This way, he's collecting only 1 mana per turn, whereas I'm getting 2. And let's see, 2 plus 5. Yeah, I'll actually be able to summon an ogre if he doesn't find a way to get past this trap. Oh, he's got another one? Jesus Christ. This thing's been quite the MVP. I just couldn't get over to it fast enough. He just started going to town. Okay. So we don't really have too many options here. Gotta take a step back. I think I'm gonna suicide this thing so he doesn't get the extra buff and just play an ogre here. It's not the greatest thing that ever was, but this ogre does survive an attack from this warlord, and it does kill this willow, so I'm hoping he doesn't have a good answer to that. He only needs 1 more damage, or even just 2 more damage to sort of end my life here. But I'm not technically dead, so that's what I'm gonna go for. This thing is awful. It is just so bad. It just, I hate these cards that don't help you when you're behind. It's such a good trick if things are equal, but I would much rather have a card here that's actually like helping me not die by providing some kind of removal or protection or something. So does he have a damage? So he attacked, it buffed itself, which is good, because that means that I can kill it off. He's got 6 mana, which is very scary. And I drew this every single game, too, which is really annoying. I mean, there are plenty of times when I've done a Pandora run and there's like a single card in my deck that I just like never drew. Of course, this is not it. Oh no! He gives it +4 health. That's really bad because now it survives versus my 7/1. Okay. Well, we're definitely in dire straits here. Let's see what we can do. So I suppose I'll put a Hilltop Archer here. Seems reasonable. I'm gonna draw a card. I need to get something good at some point. Alright, back-to-back shards. And then we got that thing, which will be a nice play next time. Let's go ahead and finish that guy off. I just don't really see any way around it at this point. Okay, that thing got a buff. Great. And do I want to just throw this thing away? Yeah, I'll throw it away. So it opens it up to the Hilltop Archer. I mean, it doesn't kill it, but if I can get a buff for this, then that will help. All right, can I please get the treasure that deals 3 damage to everything? Please. To kill that and mostly that? No, of course not. All right, well. The good news is that the wells dried up. He was getting more of an advantage from the wells than I was. The bad news is that this thing is sort of bad. I mean, I can kill his 5/3. That's pretty much it. And I'm just way, way, way behind. I could really go for a Falcon Dive right now, actually, because that would let me finish this off. Nope. Okay. So I'm gonna draw a card. I'm hoping to get that thing that does 3 damage to everything. That would still be really good. All right, one in 2 chance. All right, we got it. So I think now I might have a chance. I'm gonna shoot his face because that allows me to play this prayer. I got a walking fortress. Nice. So now, let's do that. And let's also summon a... Well, do I want to put a 6-10 next to a 6-1? It seems like that's kind of using this to not its best potential. This thing is a 5-7. And this thing is a 4-6. Let's go for it. Let's go for a 5-7 taunt. And let's dash there. So I'm threatening to put down a good land. This thing is in terrible position. I'm going to move it away. Okay, I mean, he's still got 11 mana, which is scary. But I'm beating him on cards, and I'm beating him on the board, so he needs some help. God, I really like that treasure. The 3 damage to everything for 1 mana is really quite good. I'm going to have 10 mana next time, so it's not like I'm a slouch in the mana department myself. But he has to have a damage of some kind to take care of this thing and get value from his 6-1. This thing could be good for some chip damage. Alright, he's going to kill my Taunter with the treasure. That was pretty cheap. It was only 2 mana. So now the 6-1 is free to roam. I don't have anything super great. I mean, I could put this in front of it and be left with a 6-4, but it's annoying to waste 6 damage killing a 6-1. I can't kill it with the Wheel of Chaos either. Uh-huh. Alright, that could be worse. He charges it in. Oh, wow, that is aggressive. That is very aggressive. So he killed a pretty crappy creature to Doomside, so he's going to just try to finish me off. All right, that makes sense. Well, what can we do to stop this? I don't have any taunt, so I'm going to draw a card, see if I can get some kind of a taunt or something. I've got a Campfire. I don't think that actually helps me very much. So next turn he can hit me for 12. Oh, I wish these guys had taunt, and they don't. Oh, man, oh, man. All right, I'm going to do this. It's not the greatest. Actually, wait, I can let him hit me for 12 and maybe hope that I can heal. No. I'd rather just destroy that thing. Then I have 8 mana, so let's put a Ranger. Oh, it sucks that these lands aren't mine. So he can still come in. I can't stop him from, like, coming in. Almost I had a dash creature, I guess. But anyway, let's put, I guess, this thing here. Make a Ranger here. And yep, he's going to hit me for 12. And he can potentially kill me because he just needs 3 more damage to do it. And then that would be a very fitting way to end this run. He made a very aggressive play with that Doom Scythe, but it might just pay off for him because I didn't have a taunt. By killing that creature, I saved 3 life. No, I didn't save 3 life because maybe I should have left this thing alive and just like walled it in with my own creatures. Maybe that was a tactical mistake. Let's say I just not used that treasure and just left that 3/2 there and played this crap. Then he only hits me for 9 instead of 12, and I can use my treasure to heal for 7. I probably messed up there. God, the fact that this thing lived is so frustrating. Maybe I should have put a thing next to it instead of being greedy. Alright, so what do we do here? I still don't have any taunts. My Campfire doesn't do me any good. I'm going to just draw a card, see if I can get out of this somehow. Alright, treasure. Shuffle 3 random treasures into your deck. That's great. Okay, well, let's do it, I guess. Is there any way that I can possibly live? Well, if I kill this thing, he can still move a creature in because that's his land. I don't have any taunt. Yeah, I think I just lose, unfortunately. This Campfire doesn't really help. I can throw both of my creatures at this and leave him with a pair of 6/1s, and then kill one of the 6/1s with the freedom thing, but then the other 6/1 finishes me off. Yep, that'll do it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. All right, let's take a look at our prize monies. 1 win sucks. It's only 800 gold. So kind of crappy. But that was that run. I'll see you guys again soon. Take care.